Everybody, yes, the graphics don't lie. It's day 32. The housemates have now been completely isolated for 4 weeks, 3 days and 9.5 hours. But more importantly, they've now reached the halfway stage on the Big Brother experience. Penny, Stuart and Narinda have already gone. Yes, we've had tears. Yes, we've had laughter. But this weekend, we've just had 8 people sitting on their big behinds trying to get a tan. A very quiet weekend, and the housemates have been, oh, so very boring. But we may well have some news headlines in the offing, because looks like we may well have a Richard Chamberlain and a lady with the black hair from the Thornbirds-esque experience. Love is blossoming between 2 of those housemates. It could indeed spice up the action. Who are those housemates? They are Helen and Paul, a platonic relationship which may be developing into something slightly stronger. It certainly is a meeting of minds, and what minds they are. The veritable Albert Schweitzer and Confucius of the house. Take a look at this.
They're too big, but yours are too saggy, you know. Don't want a bit of a robber.
I was joking about yours. There's nothing wrong with yours at all, mate. But they ain't good, are they?
Actually, I saw you. I thought you were quite fit.
Imagine if this finished and we all got in contact a year later and you and Helen engaged.
Oh, shut up!
It happened. It's happened.
Well, you can never write anything out.
You could never write anything out.
I like those trousers, though.
They're tight, Tommy.
They're nice. Very nice.
I saw you, and I did think, oh yeah, she's got quite a nice body. I must admit.
Liar!
No, honestly. No, honestly.
Paul just said they had nice breasts.
That was kind of it.
Now from that, it looks a bit like Paul's very much into Helen and it's not reciprocated. However, while she's not doing it while she's awake, oh, she's doing it while she's asleep. Take a look at this clip of Helen sleep talking. Blink and you missed it.
Oh, get box shots on. Go, Paul.
Mumble, mumble, come here, Paul. But it could be all too little too late for Helen and Paul, because today is nominations day. As soon as the housemates are told about who's facing eviction, we will let you know. We'd like to be joined by the last evictee, lovely Narinda and Ali Ross. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
How you doing, Dermot?
Excellent. I'm very well, thank you. Now, Ali, first up, you weren't very nice about Big Brother in the old column yesterday.
No, I wasn't.
Why not?
I think I had sympathetic period pains with Narinda here. It was just a bad day, and Josh has got to me, I'm afraid.
Why so? How's he got to you?
I've been in denial for a long time, but he is duller than Paul. And it's the tattoos that are really getting me.
Why so?
Tattoos. Any dull people out there, get a personality, not Chinese tattoos. Doesn't actually help.
All right, now, Narinda, you know the housemates better than anyone. Do you think Paul will be up for nomination this week?
I think they're going to give him a rest this week, because they're probably thinking he's massive, because he's, he won me, and that is a bit, a bit of a feat. So I think they're going to lay off him this week. I don't think they're going to vote Amma, and I don't think it's going to be Bubble either. I reckon it's probably going to be Helen, and I reckon even Josh.
Helen and Josh?
Yeah, I've got a feeling they're going to do Josh, because he keeps failing the task that it was starting to bug all of us, really.
Ali?
I'd like to think it would be Amma and Josh.
Why? Now, you've made the point about Josh already. Why Emma?
I don't like her. It's as simple as that. And Elizabeth as well. I've got a big problem with her.
What's your problem with Elizabeth?
Ever anyone's crying or in trouble, the jumpers, anyone's crying, she's always the second on the scene, consoling them. There's a political career ahead of her.
And what about Dean? Dean hasn't received a nomination yet. Narinda, you were scathing about Son of God, Dean, yesterday.
He's not going to get a nomination. They're not going to nominate him. He is the godfather in the house. They're not going to nominate him.
Dean's my man. I've been backing him since day one, which is probably worth about 4 votes. And don't worry, it's not going to make any difference, is it? Me backing him.
Okay, that's funny you should say Elizabeth, and we've mentioned Dean, because Dean and Elizabeth already think their cards are marked. Don't believe me? Take a gander at this.
I said no to be voted out because we're the boring hippies who do Tai Chi in the garden and do nothing for the ratings.
Cool.
I mean, okay, once, fine, fun, yippee, they're doing Tai Chi. But
no.
2 weeks running every night? Come on, guys.
So she reckons she's out of there. What do you think?
Fingers crossed. I hope she's right.
Of all the people that have written into your newspaper and your column,
both of them.
Yeah, your mum and your dad.
Yeah.
No, what have they said? I mean,
they all want Amma out. All the women can't stand her. She is smug and self-righteous.
Is that why? I mean, is that what they're saying, or is that what you think?
Well, the subtext here, she's a stripper as well, and I think she gets a bit of an easy ride from the media. If you're forgive the
I
silly
think
line.
that's kind though to mention the stripper stuff. I don't think that's got anything to do with
No,
it.
no, but I mean,
Not
in all
hitting
I'm
the
glad. I'm
No, but
glad
that-
the women don't like it because that's quite right. But the stripper stuff, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah, but that's what Alice thinks. The women that are actually,
The
these are
women
the
don't
people that are
like
actually
it.
writing
Oh,
in, are
okay.
actually saying that, you know.
my 2 letters say
Is it just 2 letters? How many did you
maybe
get
that was
from me?
none.
You liar!
Okay, Dominic Moran revealed last week is back in Bubble, which Narinda, you're probably horrified to hear.
I'm disgusted about the sun back in Bubble. I can't understand it. Where's it come from? I mean, the blue and white stripy shorts. Can't the sun see it?
Who are you backing?
He's a lot more stylish than Dominic Moran anyway. No, I'm full weight behind Dean because he said something vaguely amusing, I think, in week 1. And I nailed my colours. I'm waiting for him to say something funny again.
What did he say that was amusing?
It was about the
It's about the chickens,
It was
wasn't
the chickens.
If you
like,
name the chickens, it'll be easy to kill.
easier to strangle.
Absolutely. Now, as we
yeah.
already
It's not
pointed
great,
out, today's a very symbolic day in the Big Brother house. The housemates are exactly halfway through their experience. With under 5 weeks to go, there are 8 housemates still in the running, and anything could happen. Now, we've heard what Ali and Narinda will think was what's going to be happening in the Big Brother house over the coming weeks, but we want to hear what you have to think. For example, who do you think the next major fight will be between? Will any of the housemates truly, deeply and honestly find love? And which housemates are most likely to give up the ghost and quite simply walk out? Please, why don't you give us a call, because our talking point today is public predict. 0870 901 9070. 0870 901 9070. Now, one thing you could predict is if Josh is ever going to show some skin. When he was voted into the house 2 weeks ago, this is what he promised us.
I guarantee you I can give you the satisfaction. Enthusiastic, boundless energy, and a great deal of fun. If you want to see more flesh, get me in the steam room, get me in the house. Nudity all the way. Cheers.
I think Josh is actually under some misapprehension. That isn't actually a steam room. I don't know why it was just get me in the steam room and I'll take my clothes off for you. All mouth and no trousers, guys? You've said already.
Come on, absolutely. I mean, he promised fun and frolics and all he brought in was backgammon. I mean, for God's sakes, where was the fun and frolics, Josh?
Ali, you are disappointed about it, aren't you?
There is a theory that one of the mystery objects hidden around the house is Josh's personality, but
Oh, I love that.
All right, now, certainly haven't seen any evidence of his supposed outrageousness, and neither have the housemates. He'll admit it himself. Take a look at this.
If you saw me on the outside, I'm very, very wild, very outspoken. But a few comments I've made here haven't gone down well, so I've been like, oh, okay. Yeah, I came in here to be really quite loud and outrageous and play loads and loads of games, but everyone's quite just like, okay. I just kept myself a bit subdued, to be honest. My friends are out there going, my God, he's really quite quiet, and I'm like...
All right. He's really quite cool. We had to just cut it out of there because he just wasn't going anywhere. Do you think...
sorry, I was miles away.
He said when he came in, he would, it was Josh and Pex. He'd promised nudity. The nation voted him in. Has he let the nation down?
I think the nation's let itself down. I mean, I wasn't in favour of this voting people in lark anyway. But, yeah. I mean, shorts. £2,000 on a pair of trousers and he can't afford a shirt.
Yeah, but have you seen his pecs?
Yeah, but I mean, would you rather he was kept in or he was voted out because you were hurt because he nominated you, and at the same time, you obviously fancy him?
Yeah, I want him out. But I want I'm on Bubba before him. But if he's to come out, that's fair enough.
Do you think he's let them down? I mean, have you seen the nominations or the VTs of the clips of the people that are up for nomination with him yet?
No, I haven't seen
Because it was a
anything
short
like
list
that.
of 3 and they were taken away, you see.
Oh,
and
right.
Natasha, and I believe Anne was the other lady. She was kind of a Yorkshire grand.
Oh, I heard about Natasha because Josh said that he did really think it was going to be Natasha and he was surprised it was him because Natasha was supposed to be like just full of energy and everything.
Oh, yeah. It'd be...
So, but I thought Josh, when he came in, he was going to be brilliant, and what he'd bought was nothing. And I think, yeah, of course he's a letdown. But it's not just Josh, all of them are. Let's,
All right, we can go down this road and it'll take us 45 minutes, you little cheeky monkey. All right. He may have promised us fun and frolics, people, but the reality has been quite a different thing, as you've been very quick to point out, is not all sweetness and light. For example, Alison Rogers, did anyone happen to notice Josh on Saturday night, just prior to Josh making a snack of cheese on toast for anyone who wanted it? He was stood in the middle of the room in full view of everyone, lovingly holding his manhood for 30 seconds, and he didn't wash his hands. And as much as I like Josh, I wish he'd leave his nose alone. If he's not flicking it, it's picking it. Karen Hodgson in Middlesex. Well, can this really be the case? Is he that annoying? Has he got these awful habits? Take a look at the evidence.
When you're finished poking yourself out, Josh will have a conversation with you.
Sorry, I'm scratching. What?
God.
Oh, it's still quite impressive.
Not nice.
You decide, okay, we're going over to some live streaming now in the house. This is breaking through. As you can see there, Dean there playing his guitar. Wonderful, isn't that nice? It's great to see that he is still enjoying the lovely tunes, or is he? Because, as you're well aware, we've been having a lookalikes competition of lately, and it's not Dean at all. I'm here right with him, and it's Chris Todd, our winner of our lookalikes competition. Hello, how are you, mate?
I'm all right, how are you?
There's your calendar.
Lovely, thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm fine, mate.
So, has your life been a bit weird in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, my mother started calling me Dean recently, so it's, you know, it's quite worrying, really.
I mean, have people stopped you in the street and so forth and just said...
Not yet, but I'm carrying a pen in my back pocket, and I'm hoping that, you know, someday I'll get to use it.
Would you go along with the whole thing if someone just said, "Oh, hi, are you Dean from Big Brother?" You know, not knowing that he hasn't been voted out, or whatever, and you know.
It depends who the person is, really.
It'd be very interesting to see what happens when it finishes and people are actually, you know, coming up to you and going, "All right, would you mind giving me your autograph?" Would you go along with that? Have a bit of fun with it.
May as well, you know.
Lovely.
They're not going to ask me, are they?
And do you play the guitar?
I don't, I'm afraid, as you could probably tell now.
But you're a DJ, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, now in the hyper cool world of DJing, have you been getting any ribbing for the fact you look like Dean?
Yeah, it's kicked off quite a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I just like to say hello to all those people that are equipping. I'm here.
Fantastic. All right, now, thank you very much for coming on, Chris. You may look like a housemate, but do you know one? I don't know. Maybe you've had a brief encounter. Maybe you're old school friends. Maybe you've had a holiday romance. If you have, and you have a picture taken with you and one of the housemates, send it to us at Big Brother's Little Brother, Studio 1, 3 More Studios, 3 Mills Lane, London, E33DU. Up for grabs is this wonderful Princess Naz, which will be autographed by the good lady herself. After the break, we'll be taking this week's task out on the streets, and if you've got, find out if you've got what it takes to be a record breaker. We'll see you in a minute with a lot of dedication. See, unfortunately, it's just a very boring shot of a very boring day in what at the moment is quite a boring house, I have to say, and I'm a bit disappointed by it. But we are delighted to be joined by Narinda and Ali Ross. I'll probably get told off for saying that. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Now, the main news today is on Saturday, the Guinness World Records task. They were given 4 records. They only have to break one of them on Wednesday to pass the task. We're going to go into that in more depth at the moment. But today is the halfway stage in Big Brother. The last 32 days have been very eventful, guys. Well, Narinda, firstly, what have been your thoughts? What was your most memorable moment personally?
Probably leaving the house. That was the most memorable moment of my life.
Was it the sort of the hour that you knew you were, was it an hour, half an hour?
It was an hour and a half, but it just flew by in like 2 minutes, and like I couldn't get everything ready on time. It was just really good.
What about you? What's been your one defining moment?
One defining moment. I think I spent an hour watching Stuart in bed, only to discover it was Penny at the end of it. That was great. No, I wasn't disappointed at all. That was a good use of my time.
You're a big fan of the direct coverage, then,
yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Coverage rocks.
Okay, well, what lies in store, people? Will Brian and Bubble end up having a fight? Will Dean play a new tune on his guitar? Please.
Any tune.
Will Josh actually get his kit off? We want to know what you think is going to happen. Our talking point today is Public Predict. So get calling and tell us what you think lies in store. 0870 901 9070. Now, as we've already